Hello students, I hope you all are doing great. Today's topic is valuation of security. Before I start, I want to make this thing very clear that before your exams, I will complete this subject, okay, that is financial management MCO 07. And if you study this much for this subject, it will be completely full coverage of your subject and you will get good marks. Don't worry about that, okay. Now, today's topic is valuation of security part 2. In part 1, we have already covered valuation of bonds. In this part, we are going to study valuation of equity and valuation of preference shares. If anybody wants to see the first part or other videos in like time value or financial management overview, I have provided the link below. You can refer that. Now, let us start. Valuation of preference shares. Preference shares are hybrid security as they have features of a bond as well as equity. They are less risky because their dividend are specified and are paid before equity shares. Dividend on preference share is assumed to be perpetual payment. Though preference shares extend a fixed dividend, they do not come with any voting rights. Company often issue different type of preference shares such as redeemable, cumulative, non-cumulative. To value preference shares, the annual return is divided by appropriate discount rate. I hope this is clear. What they are saying is the preference shares are of different type. It can be cumulative, non-cumulative, redeemable, and the preference shares have features of bond as well as equity. That is why we call as hybrid security. Okay, preference shareholders are paid dividend before equity shareholders, but they do not have any kind of voting rights. Now, the formula for valuing preference share is annual dividend divided by investor required rate of return. Required rate of return is known as current yield also. Okay, let us take example. A preference shares that pay a dividend of rupees 5.25 has a par value of rupees 100. If investor required rate of return is 9, what would be the price? Okay, for this apply the same formula which was stated in the previous slide, that is annual dividend divided by investor required rate of return. The value of preference shares turns out to be 58.33 rupees. Now, and this is calculation of yield to call date, and this formula is used when you have callable preference shares. Okay, let us take example. Company has issued 8% preference shares having par value of rupees 100, which will be called in 4 years at rupees 110. The current market price is 80. You are supposed to calculate yield to call date. Now, dividend, like they have calculated dividend 100 into 8% into 4. 4 is basically 4 years. That and dividend is always calculated over the par value. Remember this thing, okay? And value, after putting the values in the formula which is provided over the screen, you will get yield to call date 41.5%. Now, value of equity shares. Equity shareholders are basically the owners of the company. Okay, they have like they will be paid in last, and they are also equity share also known as common stock. There are various approaches to value equity shares. These are dividend capitalization approach, earning capitalization approach, book value approach, liquidation approach. Dividend capitalization approach, this approach is used for valuing small lot of shares. Okay, the current price of equity shares is equal to the dividend received by it in foreseeable future. In this, we have three type of cases. First is zero growth rate, second is constant growth rate, and third one is multiple, or you can say variable growth rate. In zero growth rate, the formula which is used for valuing equity shares is dividend divided by KE. Let us take example for this. A company expect to pay cash dividend of rupees 9 per share for indefinite period. The required rate of return is 10%. The current market price is 80. What is intrinsic value? Before I proceed, I want to make one thing very clear, that is current market price and intrinsic value are two different things. Current market price is basically the value at which the shares are selling in market. Okay, as now and currently at which rate the company is selling those shares in market. And intrinsic value is basically the fair value, that is the value which equity share actually supposed to have. That is like like let us understand through this example. Apply the value over the formula, that is 9 divided by 9 divided by 10%. The value turns out to be rupees 90. Now the shares are selling at rupees 18 in the market and the intrinsic value is 90. That means the shares are undervalued. Okay, the value should be 90, but in current scenario it is selling at 80 rupees. Now case 2, constant growth rate. In this case, the value of equity share is equal to D1 divided by KE minus D. D1 means expected dividend. Okay. Now let us take example. If expected dividend of equity share is rupees 5 and growth rate is 3%, required rate of return is 15%, what will be the current price of equity shares? This is very simple example. Apply the values over the formula. You will easily get the value of equity shares. In this case, it turns out to be 41.66. Now, multiple or variable growth rate. In this case, what happens exactly is, that is, the growth rate keeps on changing. Okay, let us understand with this example. A company pays a dividend of rupees 2 per share. 2 per share is currently what company is paying, that is in Y0, that is year 0, the company is paying dividend at 2 per share, and company is expecting a growth rate of 20% for 4 years, and the normal rate of growth after this period, that is after 4 years, the growth rate will become constant to 5% and required rate of return is 12%. You are supposed to calculate the value of equity shares. Now let us see the solution. First, you are supposed to identify the cash flows. In first 4 years, the growth rate is 20%. So for year 1, the shareholder will receive 2 plus 20%, that is 2.4 per share dividend. Okay, and in year 2, the shareholder will receive 2.88 per share dividend, and in year 3, the shareholder will receive 3.456 per share dividend, and year 4, the shareholder will receive 4.1472 per share dividend. And after 4 years, the value of equity shares is 62.208, because after 4th year the growth rate will be constant, that is 5%, and for valuing the value of share after 4 years, we have applied the formula which was stated in case 2, that is constant growth rate. Okay, I hope you understand. In year 1 to 4, the growth rate is 20%, and after 4th year the growth rate is constant. So first we have identified the cash flow for first 4 years, and after that directly we have identified the price of shares after 4 years, that is 62.208. Now using the discounting factor, that is 12%, which is given in the question, you are going to find out the present value of these cash flow, and the value which turns out to be 49.0349. So currently the equity shares are valued at rupees 49.0349%. If anybody is having any kind of difficulty in understanding this example, you can write down in comment box and you can ask me. I will explain this again. Okay. Now, earning capitalization approach. In this case, the formula is earning rate into paid up value of shares divided by normal rate. Book value approach, basically in this case what you have to find out is net worth. What net worth is? Basically paid up value of equity shares plus reserve and surplus. Once you find out the net worth, divide that net worth is by the number of equity shares outstanding. You will get the value of equity shares. And in last approach, that is liquidation value approach, in this case what happens is, suppose the company is undergoing into liquidation, all assets are sold and liabilities are paid off. Whatever is left after that is divided by number of equity shares outstanding. The formula which turns out to be is sundry assets minus sundry liability divided by number of equity shares. That's all. I hope you all understand and I hope you like the content. If you like my content, then please subscribe my channel. I will be coming back with other videos very soon. Thank you so much.